to crown the champion of the Dragonblade Arena League DreamHack Championship. It's finals time, everyone. Coming to you live from DreamHack, exclusively on Kick.com. The viewers are hyped, the players are ready, and now they play for it all.
Maybe starting to steamroll this a little bit and carry that momentum forward. Bard on the run from a fully charged Zarya. Oh, Ging is just lasering him down now. And man, 100% immediately, but able to make something
Look at his positioning
there.
though.
Oh, behind!
It's a crazy positioning.
Shatter comes in, Riptide, cleaning him up. Seems like there's some planning go through it. A little shatter there. Doesn't get much, but it allows Volks to come in, and he's able to get some eliminations off of it. Oh, my 4. He gets the 5, the whole team kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dragonblade Arena League Finals. My name is Slevin. I'll be your play-by-play caster this afternoon. And I'd like to introduce my co-caster, Rad Savage. How are we feeling today, Rad?
I am fantastic. It's good to see everybody here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dragonblade Arena League Live DreamHack Atlanta edition. Our competitors this afternoon have earned their way here through 2 qualifying events, and now it is time for them to attempt to take the victor's spot in the first ever KTN DreamHack live event. But the qualifiers for the last few months were just to warm up. Tonight, the top 2 performing teams are going to go head-to-head for all but glory.
Yes.
Every strategy, every play, and every ounce of preparation comes down to this one final event. Now, whether you're here to support your favorite players, learn new strategies, or just enjoy the show, there is absolutely no better place to be today. But before we dive into the action, Slevin, can you tell our community members how to get involved with the KTN tournaments?
Yeah, there's so many different ways. Make sure you follow the socials. But the big thing is, for everybody interested in participating in all of our future tournaments or leagues, be sure to head over to our website, kicktournamentnetwork.com, where you can find all of our socials, the event scoreboard, and upcoming tournaments. KTN is an independent, community-driven tournament organization, and we want to see players like you join us in our upcoming events. We currently host tournaments for a wide range of games, so head over to our website, check out the games we support, and make sure to vote in our Discord polls so you can play in the event that interests you. I do want to highlight that anybody of any skill level is welcome to come out and play in these tournaments. You do not have to have a really high MMR. There is no KD ratio threshold or anything like that. If you see a tournament or an event that interests you, sign up for it. We'd love to see you come out and compete. Now let's discuss today's event, the Dragonblade Arena League Finals. We normally have a pre-selected set of maps, but this time our competitors will actually be voting on which map they want to play, and they get to select them from the entire Overwatch 2 pool.
It's a nice ad.
Yeah. Our finalists today are going to put their skills to the test in a single elimination league, where they will fight for survival and strive to take the top spot and be crowned tonight's victor. Rad, can you go over scoring for this event a little bit?
Scoring in the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition is very, very simple. It'll be based off the natural scoring systems in Overwatch, but it is also going to be, again, like we talked about earlier, dependent on the map selected by our teams. The team with the highest score at the end of a map will earn 1 point, and the team to earn 3 points first will be declared the winner of the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 DreamHack Championship. Each map and mode is going to have its own unique scoring system, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you as we come into play. Now, Slevin, you were the primary caster for both of the last qualifying tournaments. What do you think we're going to see out of our competitors today? Is there anything you're particularly looking forward to or expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have some really good play come through, honestly, from both teams. For those of you who didn't watch any of this stuff coming up, there was 2 qualifying tournaments that we put on. High Anxiety was the winner of one of them, and SOTG was the winner of another one. So those are the 2 teams we're going to see here today. Both teams played great. We had a lot of good fights, good team fights, good team coordination, synergy. SOTG, I mean, they came out and kind of put on a clinic, to be honest. They were absolutely dominant in their bracket. They were super good to see play together. Everybody was on point. We'll see if they can keep that synergy and that cohesion together for this tournament. High Anxiety, on the other hand, also obviously won their bracket. I think they had a little bit more stiffer competition perhaps going into it, but they did put in a pretty forcible win coming in as well. Just different team play, different team comps, the maps are a little bit different, the bans are a little bit different, and so it'll be interesting to see these two basically titans of the KTN tournaments thus far go head-to-head in this event. So, yeah, really looking forward to see if they can maintain that level of composure that they showed in their early tournaments.
I will mention just real quick, we are also waiting for the map votes that we talked about earlier, and hero bands just to wrap up here, and then we're going to dive right on into the action. But with that said, I mean, is there any particular heroes that you're interested in and like that you want to see more of today, or do you typically err towards more of like, I like tanks, personally?
Yeah, I like tanks as well. Tanks are so good. Yeah, tanks, I mean, I'm a big Reinhardt fan. You know, I was a Reinhardt man for a little while, and I love to see him go out there, swing the hammer. Big Zarya fan as well. When she gets charged up, I mean, it is absolutely terrifying. So
100%.
We have our first map selection in. We're going to be playing on Ilios. You can see our high anxiety versus SOTG there as we get into this map. This is going to be a control map, so that is kind of a king of the hill, where both teams are going to spawn on opposite sides of the map and then go into the middle to try to king of the hill that, right? And they can push each other off. The team who fills that barrier up first is going to take this round. And it looks like we've got our early team comps coming in. We have our bans. High Anxiety has chosen the ban. It looks like
that's going to be Doomfist.
Doomfist,
It's been
yeah.
a long day.
I wanted to say Deathstroke for some reason. You're going to find going to do Doomfist, and we're not going to see a Reinhardt, much to my disappointment here, because SOTG took Reinhardt out of the equation on this one. So with these early picks, Rad, how are we feeling about the early team comps?
I'm excited personally. It looks like High Anxiety's chosen some very, very aggressive plays out the rip here. They do have a Zarya starting off with a Reaper. That's one of my favorite compositions right there. So, and a good Hog player is just so hard to deal with as well.
Yeah, it looks like we are having just a minor technical issue, so we'll get right back into the game here very soon. With these, we got some good team picks, though. I think that there's a lot of poke going to be happening, right? We want to see a little bit of a death ball comp as these teams meet in the middle.
Yes.
And it's really going to come down to, as most Overwatch fights do, who can get the first couple picks before everybody kind of crashes into each other, right?
Absolutely.
And so whoever can control the pacing is going to be dominative, and you really want to get an early foothold on this map, especially because there aren't a whole lot of really wide open lanes. So if you can take that center point and then push off of it to maybe go into the enemy spawn territory a little bit, then it's going to give you a little bit of a heads up. So no, we actually are, okay, so we did reset there. It looks like we're going to be moving on to a different part of the same map on Ilios.
All right.
This one, I would not be surprised to see a couple Hogs come in, as I believe we have the well in the middle of this one. So there's going to be, so look for the boops. You can see we already got a Lucio on one side, we got a Hog on one side. On both sides, actually, we're running the Hog right now. And then we got Hamster, you know, the Wrecking Ball. He can boop some people into that thing as well. So
devastating.
Yeah. How are you feeling about these picks for this section of the map?
So, I mean, obviously on this section of the map, you absolutely have to be running Hog. Anyone who can hook and pull into that well, it's almost impossible to come out of. There are certain characters that can, but that's such a good start. The Lucio play, I think, is the way to do it. You can start off with a boost, really take that fast center advantage, and then just really control the map from there. Plus, those boops on the side and middle are rough.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting into that first team fight here. You can see Light Motive on Hammond trying to get the high ground, trying to put some shots down, gets a little bit of damage as forehead kiss. Oh, gets overextended a little bit. The Zarya bubble saved him a little while. Not able to kick him two out of there. SOTG picking up 4 quick eliminations here right off the bat. SOTG going to take the point here early. We'll see what High Anxiety can do to regroup and come back out here and make something happen. Some good shots coming from PJ on Cassidy. We're going to swap over to
I believe that's Wu Yang,
C3,
correct?
yeah, C3 on Wu Yang back here. That's a really cool skin as well. And they're just going to try to hold him, funnel him into this little lane, see if not give High Anxiety any room to get out and breathe. Nice hook, pulls Wu Yang in, takes him down. That is a support down for SOTG. That's a huge loss there early on this fight.
Once you get pushed back from this point, I will say this is a difficult play. It's very, very hard to take back the center positioning. If they rotate around to the left, they might have a chance there, but you got to be really, really consistent. Really good teleport coming out of the Reaper. Good shot coming from Tracer here. Very, very nice melee, holding it down. Beautiful kill.
Nice shots, lots going on. Oh, big, a hook almost got out of there. Timothy said, no, Trippy, you're getting back here. Finished him off with the headshot, but it does look like it's just Timothy on point, getting wrecking by the wrecking ball here, and he is running. He is trying to heal up, able to get away. Light Motive not able to put enough damage down on him, but he gets away by the skin of his teeth. Forehead kiss goes down. Man, those Kiriko headshots are brutal. That's going to make High Anxiety's reset here a little tough. Oh, nice anti go to hook. There's our first dive in the well. C3 goes down as well. Looked like a little bit of a suicide off the edge of the map maybe. Didn't catch that one, but man, Motive on Hammond is being an absolute menace, following up with the ult, dropping them in the little room there. Gets a nice melee. Pepper, everybody needs to focus on Hammond right now. Light Motive is being an absolute thorn in the side of High Anxiety.
Good shots coming out of the Zarya and the whole group kill there. That was fantastic. We're going to go ahead and take control with blue team High Anxiety. Looks like they're going to try to lock it down as best they can. SOTG C3E is now trying to push and just disrupt a little bit while Zarya pushes them out. Blue team has control.
Yes, High Anxiety coming back and taking control of the point for the first time in this round. Ginge needs a little more charge on that Zarya. 35 isn't going to cut it going up against the Roadhog. And no, Huntsman! Huntsman tried to go for the hook while he got booped, and he goes down into the well by himself. Timothy going to go ahead and throw the ult, try to back some people off point, get those cheap, or those easy percentage points rather. And Pepper, nice, throwing out the ult. Light Motive takes out a couple as well, but goes down. The Pepper ult was huge. Oh no!
Excellent takedown from the Kiriko. Those headshots from those kunais, like my co-caster Slevin mentioned already, really devastating. If you can hit your shots with Kiriko, man, that is a good ult. Oh, what a hook! She gets out!
The climb out, you love to see it. Nice grab by Zarya. They got them all grouped up. We're frying them down, but only 9% energy, not enough to take it. They go down. SOTG coming back with a fury here on this point. They said, we're not going to let you capture any more of this. We're taking it right now, and they finish that off with the team kill.
Really, really nice plays. I will say as well that Hamster, in my professional opinion, is one of the most difficult tanks to deal with. Look at him. He's just being sneaky in the back here, disrupting, doing what he can. I mean, it's really, really nice play. Such a highly mobile and easily survivable hero there. Absolutely incredible. But so many hooks coming out of the Hogs. Anytime you're playing in the well, you're definitely going to see that. And it's just a really, really nice place.
Yeah, the Hamster Wrecking Ball is one of my least favorite tanks to go against. He's an absolute just menace out there, especially in the hands of someone who's skilled with him. And you can see there, just creating so much space as a tank and forcing just chaos on the back lines of the enemy team, you know, and that's what they do best. They're not putting out a ton of damage, although he did pick up quite a few eliminations there, I believe. For sure. But their main thing is they are just creating space and chaos, and my God, they are so good at it.
Absolutely, and I'll say that the Zarya plays were really, really good as well. I love that bubble. Being able to, a good Zarya player is always going to push that bubble onto someone else on their team who's already a threat. So for example, that Reaper, Zarya would pop the bubble on the Reaper because if you let the Reaper get too close to the Hog, they might die. That said, if the Hog still hooks you, I mean, you're going to have a bad time in that hill. You see, I love to see it when you get hooked and the Kiriko still manages to get out of the pit. I mean, that's such a devastating death. It's good to see people actually get out of it.
Yeah. I remember way back in, like, Overwatch 1, you know, it was the only heroes that could really get out of there was, like, what, Pharah and maybe Genji and Hanzo, maybe the wall runners, right?
It has to be just Genji and Hanzo.
And now there's so many more characters that can deal with being hooked into that well and make something out of themselves to try to get away from there. And so, yeah, once that happens, it's so satisfying as a Hog to throw somebody in the well, and then that instant gratification is immediately stolen as soon as somebody hops out of there.
Well, you know, I mean, there's also that little mini game. Do you ever play that mini game where it's all Hogs and you're just constantly trying to hook each other?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got to be. I mean, credit where credit's due. You got to be a good Hog to hit that hook and drop them in there. I mean, I can't hit those.
Yeah, especially with all the chaos going on. All right, it looks like we are moving on to our second round here on Ilios, our second point here on Ilios, and the team comps are coming in the same bands, guys. Just if you're just not joining us, High Anxiety picked a band Doomfist, and SOTG band Reinhardt, so you won't see either of those two tanks on this round, but we've got a little bit of a different team comp coming up. forehead kiss, going to hop over to the Winston. How are you feeling about these comps moving into this?
I mean, it's an interesting choice. Winston is a very, very disruptive hero. Really, really powerful tank. If people are just joining in and they're maybe not as familiar, he's the large, like, ape-like hero who's he puts down a massive bubble, and it's just great control. He's very mobile. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but he's so disruptive. Great shots coming out of Farah there. We've got Winston jumping up, just disrupting at the top area here. He has a lot of control and verticality. Very, very nice to see. Drops the bubble to protect. Man, that was some nice kills coming out of SOTG.
Yeah, SOTG, they got split up a little bit, but they were still able to handle it on their own. And that's one of the good things that Winston really excels on, is attacking those squishy heroes, diving on them, trying to isolate them with the shield and get those eliminations. You don't really have to aim with him. It's, you know, kind of you just press the button and you start doing damage. And it looks like SOTG, we got a couple people sitting up here on the roof trying to make something happen with a little flank, and they're going to come down and get a little bit of damage. Oh, maybe caught out. Kiriko trying to save herself. She does, able to teleport away. Huntsman goes down to Ginge, though. That gives High Anxiety the advantage going into this second point. And we got a lot of damage coming out. They are holding it strong. SOTG not really deathballing like we've seen before. They are all playing different angles and forcing our High Anxiety to attack together, and we'll see if they're able to come to that conclusion and get that cohesion going here.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we've got a very, very aggressive lineup coming from the right side, and a lot of control from SOTG, excuse me. A lot of control coming out of High Anxiety. Sadly, they're not quite able to pick it up. They do lose basically almost their entire team right there. Thankfully, not a full team wipe. They're going to go ahead and regroup, see if they can get back here and take some a little bit more control. Zenyatta, such a strong character, really, really good control there. And Huntsman is really crushing it to the far up.
Yeah, you can see High Anxiety did get a little on the point. They took up a few percentages, but SOTG bounced right back from it. Lots going on in the middle there. We're going to teleport.
Nice,
Pepper goes down. But yeah, a couple eliminations. It's still an even fight. We got a 4v4 basically coming onto it. Zenyatta trying to hold the point by himself. Timishi pushing down on him. And oh my gosh, Zenyatta comes back in and unleashes those orbs. That's light motive on Zenyatta for SOTG. And with the help of Trippy, comes out. And my God, man, C3 right now.
He's a monster.
Putting on some work. Taking out a lot of DPS players with his support player, which you always love to see, an aggro support. Huntsman staying up in the air, getting a lot of rain down damage on to the point here. High Anxiety, they're contesting it. They're getting on the point, maybe even staying on the point too long. An ult, trying to get something. Oh, nice javelin there as Timishi finishes off Huntsman. However, it does look like SOTG going to take this point back again.
I'm curious to see, as far as Lucio is concerned, he's such a strong hero on this side as well. If he can gate guard the edges, you will absolutely stall out the enemy team. But I will say as well, SOTG is doing a phenomenal job of staying high and out of the point because they're not getting bounced.
Yeah, there's a lot of skill that goes into holding the point like this and then off of the point, right? SOTG is not afraid to play off of the point, and I think that's one of the things that they're doing on this map specifically that High Anxiety isn't doing, is when High Anxiety captures the point, they sit on the point. They try to contest it from the point, where as soon as SOTG gets it, they're off. They're taking angles for the next fight, and they're just kind of walking into a trap here. Forehead kiss fell off the map. It looks like PJ taking some good shots, able to take down Ginge. SOTG going to take round 2 on Ilios.
Really, really nice gameplay there. I mean, just a lot of control coming out of that. SOTG absolutely doing a phenomenal job of holding it off. Leitmotif did a phenomenal job as Wrecking Ball again in that first round. What a play this was, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just runs in here on the ball, creates chaos, gets a couple eliminations, a little boop there. I mean, yeah, just doing everything you can there just to split the team up, create chaos. And like we mentioned before that last round started, that is what the ball excels at, is just getting out there and just sowing havoc into the enemy team. You know, it is tough to play against in good hands, very weaponized.
Absolutely. I will say that the last time I went in and actually I played in one KTN tournament, and I will say that this team that we lost against was the best hamster I've ever seen. That Wrecking Ball play was insane. He was incredible. A good Wrecking Ball, it doesn't do as much damage as you expect it to, but it does more than you're meant to do at the same time. You know,
yeah.
He's so disruptive. He's always on you, and it's a good Wrecking Ball can use that cable to whip itself out of danger, almost like a teleport. But you just get free armor, and it's just so good.
Yeah, really tough to play against, but that is, SOTG is going to take both rounds on Ilios, so we are going to be moving on to our second map here very soon as they get that set up. Were there any big plays in that round or those rounds that you really liked? Who was your, if you had to pick somebody, a favorite hero that you saw, what are you leaning towards? Probably the ball, right?
I can't choose ball. I can't do it. It goes against my everything. So I'm not. Yes, the ball was absolutely dominant, but I'm not going to call that my favorite play. I will say, weirdly enough, I kind of like seeing the Kiriko just consistently like get out of situations where they would normally have fallen. I don't know. That's a weird choice. I did like as well the just the general plays from I like to see Zarya. I like to see like my favorite heroes. Really good consistently coming from Lucio as well. We're being told by production here to plug ourselves as well. My name is Rad Savage. I'm a streamer on Kick, and if you guys aren't over here, you should definitely check it out. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, same. You can find me at Studden on Kick. Stream a lot of BRs. We're originally diving into some Arc Raiders. If you guys are interested in that, it's a good time. It's a fun game so far. So yeah, check us out on Kick if you guys want to. As far as what we're going on right here, anybody just joining us, this is the Kick Tournament Network Dragonblade Arena League Finals. We're coming to you live from DreamHack in Atlanta right now. And wonderful people. Had a chance to talk with a few of them before we got started here. And just really happy to be here and show up and be able to play in this tournament. And we've got good games coming for you. I mean, if you guys caught any of the qualifiers that led up to this finals tournament, I was lucky enough to cast both of them. So I kind of have a little more familiarity with those teams, and they were really fun to watch. And these teams are going to be it's going to be a good time to sit here and watch these guys. And for anybody confused about the match format or wondering what the match format is, we are doing a best of 5 matches. And so the way that works is basically the scoring is pretty simple. It's based off our natural scoring systems in Overwatch, but it is dependent on the map selected by our team. So each team, if you lose a map, the losing team gets to select the next map. So we won't know what map is coming until the selection comes in. Each team is also getting to do a ban of a hero. You cannot ban the same hero 2 maps in a row. I believe we also added you cannot ban the same class 2 maps in a row. So if High Anxiety bans Genji, they can't ban Genji on the next map, and they can't ban a DPS on the next map either. So
I like that.
Yeah, add a little bit of a wrench in maybe some of the operations, but try to keep things a little spicy, And so the bans are all coming in live, guys. The maps are all coming in live. We're working on getting that second map set up for you. SOTG won 2 rounds on Ilios on that last one and able to take their first point, and they need 3 to win the whole thing. So they are already on their way.
So, Slevin, question for you while we're waiting on the next map to be chosen and figured out here. Would you have chosen to ban the Hog, knowing that one of those games is going to be the Well?
I think I probably would have. I think that they didn't because each team wanted to play the Hog.
For sure.
You don't want to ban a hero that you're comfortable playing in. I feel like I would have sacrificed that anyway and thrown the Hog out because, I can hook some people with the Hog, but I'm sure there's somebody on the other team that can probably do it a little better than me.
No question. For me, at least.
I would have eliminated them and or probably Lucio as well. Right?
I would pick both of those. If I could choose 2 bans, 10 out of 10, I would choose that one and the other one.
Yeah, those are the 2 that could be frustrating to deal with. But then you still have the ball to deal with. You still have, really all the heroes on there, especially with the boot. Farah can boot, and she can be up high, with her little pulse bomb. So, yeah, lots of... Even with those 2 heroes gone, it still would have been a pretty chaotic match, I think.
Absolutely, and I think it just, it forces a little bit more of less of a boot play, if that makes sense. I'm always more of a fan of like a head-to-head shoot 'em up. That's typically how I prefer to play my game, so I personally would have chosen that. Let's go ahead and talk about the map.
Yeah, next map coming in, this is Hanaoka here, and this one is going to be a Clash map, which is, if you guys are unfamiliar with Clash, it kind of starts out like a control map. There's a point in the center. Both teams are going to have to go in and vie for that, except for it doesn't just stay in the center. Once it is captured and held for long enough, it moves on to the next spot closer to the enemy's spawn. So if High Anxiety captures it first, then it will move closer to SOTG's spawn, and it is the first team to capture, I believe, 3 of the points are going to take the round.
Yes. Essentially, from what I understand, it's kind of like a tug of war.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely like a tug of war. It's going to go, the points going to be moving around back and forth at predetermined locations, and just whoever captures it the most often is the one's going to take this round here. So we've got our first picks coming in. We don't have our bans coming in yet, but it looks like SOTG going to run a pretty familiar team comp here. We are going to throw an Ana on. Trippy's going to be hopping onto the Reaper. It looks like PJ going to pick up the Bowman, Hanzo. We got Huntsman on Diva. C3 actually going to switch over to Ash. They were on support last time, and then Light Motive going to bring in Hazard. How are you feeling about High Anxiety's picks here?
High Anxiety's picks, I mean, they're going to stick with the Reinhardt and the Zarya. I think both of those are excellent choices. I'd love to see a Bastion personally. He's just such a strong DPS pick. Kiriko coming out here for the, she just has a very, very strong, like, amplifying ultimate and high damage as well, like we were talking about earlier. I am curious to see VelvetPanther's play here. That's a hard hero to use, and I always want to see a good support character. Fantastic takedown on PJ at the beginning.
First couple eliminations coming in. SOTG chasing down Juno. That's VelvetPanther on Juno. Not able to get away from Trippy on Reaper. Man, Trippy cleaning it up right now. Pops back on point. Oh, nice pin there. Forehead kiss says we're not out of it yet. We're going to pick up some eliminations here. Forehead kiss pushing back onto point. Going to just shield up against Trippy. Try to contest it for his team long enough to get back before he can do something here. Kind of in danger. It does look like High Anxiety rushing back to the point. And here we are. We got our next team fight right underway. Hammer now comes out. We don't know how many people he got. It looks like he knocked out a few there. Not able to get any eliminations off. Overextends into a PJ finishing him off there. And Trippy gonna get Velvet, I think, trying to go for the res there. Pepper takes down Hazard. Huntsman, it is SOTG is winning this team fight. They came back strong on this second one here.
We've got a Mercy switch coming to Velvet. That was going to happen. Mercy's so strong, good buffs, and highly recommend the heals.
Yeah, the heals can never go understated in a match like this when it's two so highly skilled teams. You have to have good supports, and they have to be able to know what they're doing and get through there and keep you guys in the game. Because, you know, at some point you have to be aggro, you have to be aggressive, and then you got to rely on your supports to be able to bail you out if you overextend. And we're seeing a lot of that right now. A good little team fight, nice little pin there. Forehead kiss takes down Light Motive. Trippy drops an ult and takes down both supports for High Anxiety.
My God.
They are going to be on their heels. Oh my gosh, Trippy picking up the 4K right now. Granite goes down as well. And my goodness, SOTG picking up the team kill and gonna go ahead and capture point B here.
Very nice plays coming out of both sides here. We have got some very high quality people. The Reaper here is slaying. That ult was so huge a minute ago. We managed to pick up the entire team kill from that. Leitmotiv switching over to the Rhine, and we're gonna see what he can do with some hammer shield.
Well, love a good hammer shield action coming in. We've seen it hasn't been working out for Forehead Kiss super well yet. They're just trying to adjust things and get things going here. Leitmotiv actually going to hop over to Junker Queen as well now, just playing the tank roulette game as we're swapping over. And High Anxiety has the first point as it is closest to their spawn now, so SOTG going to have to push in and actually take over a defensive position now. SOTG has 2 points. They need a few more, I believe, to take this round here. So we got Bob going out. Bob picks up an elimination there. Hanzo throws out his ult as well, takes down VelvetPanther. Man, SOTG is being dominative on this map right now. Ginge able to take down Leitmotiv. Trippy and PJ on DPS, not letting anybody out of their sights.
A good Hanzo is so hard to deal with. Excellent artillery coming out of tank, or taken for granted, excuse me. Definitely mispronounced that. Very nice plays. We've got the turret mode coming up, holding them back, and they do manage to take down Creon. Excellent combo fire from Timoshi and VelvetPanther.
Yeah, you love to see the underdog come through and take the point back here. High Anxiety, it looks like they're going to grab their first point on this map, and they're going to have to move back to point B here, where SOTG is going to be ready and waiting for them. So this is going to be a tough assault for them to get in here. We do have a few ults on High Anxiety, though. They have 4 ults to SOTG's 1. So we'll see if High Anxiety can combo a couple of those and get some big eliminations here. And they already start. Forehead Kiss does the sacrificial charge, takes Leitmotiv off the map with him. C3 and Huntsman, oh man, cleaning it up though. Oh man, big eliminations from SOTG, finishing off High Anxiety after Forehead Kiss jumped the map, and they are giving up another team kill here and grabbing B.
hitting those arrow shots as a Hanzo is so difficult. PJ is doing an amazing job of really capitalizing on that. What a shot! Oh my lord!
The caster curse, you called it out, you cursed Hana. Poor Timoshi was just sitting there, innocent. Innocent. Oh, nice ult by Forehead Kiss, comes in with the hammer, picks up a couple eliminations, he's chasing them down, knocking them down.
Excellent control there. You love to see a high-quality shatter like that. And it looks like High Anxiety is going to go ahead and keep pushing him back. Fantastic plays.
Massive hammer by Forehead Kiss there. Really put his team back in the round there. That was huge, getting those 3 eliminations with that and just chasing the rest away. VelvetPanther almost overextending there. Can't get... She needs to stay alive. Mercy is super important on this. Those reses alone make her worth it. So has to be alive, has to be out there doing stuff. And it looks like we're moving into this next point here as we are back on B. And what a back and forth battle so far. C3 needs to back out a little bit. They were getting over pressure there. PJ sitting up on Hanzo, trying to get some shots off, just a lot of poke damage. Huntsman gonna throw in it, gets an elimination on Timoshi. You hate to see a support go down to Antiva. That is gonna be tough to recover from. It looks like SOTG kind of snowballing that early elimination into a capture here.
This has been a very, very back and forth match. You love to see the high quality gameplay coming from both teams on this point. We've got, I mean, like I said, the Rhine play is fascinating. Leitmotif has switched to a Junker Queen. I'm curious to see the implications here of what that's going to do. A good Junker Queen is so disruptive and so strong. I'm curious to see where they go with here.
Yeah, Junker Queen, I mean, she's got a lot of mobility, a lot of self-heals, a lot of self-sustain, not super reliant on her team, and then her, you know, the ante that she can get when she does her ult can be very impressive in the right hands. And Leitmotif been able to take advantage of all of those abilities with her. And moving into C5, Trippy trying to come in the back and get some eliminations, almost goes down, has to race out of there. And oh, we got a big ult coming in with Moira. However, High Anxiety is all anti. They are going down one at a time, knocking down like dominoes right now. We are getting a little bit of pushback. Both PJ and Trippy fall for SOTG. Leitmotif, oh nice, another big hammer by Forehead Kiss. He's coming in with a hammer, swinging it around. Gets a couple eliminations on both Huntsman and Creon. VelvetPanther able to take down Light. Forehead Kiss takes down C3. Another huge shatter.
All I have to say about these Reinhardt plays is that, I mean, that's a golf clap situation right there. That is beautiful. Absolutely amazing play coming out of Forehead Kiss. Triple kill and super impressive to the enemy team. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Yeah, right now we got a 3 points to 4 points. High Anxiety is still 1 point behind here, but man, they are making a good comeback and making a show of this round right now.
Really nice positioning coming out of PJ, using that ice wall there to kind of hop up and shoot while also being protected. Really nice plays coming out of Forehead Kiss. He's going to do his best to kind of hold back, and Wraith Mode is going to save the Reaper.
Nice. We got to see Granite going into turret mode, trying to push him off. Lots of damage going down on Trippy. Not enough to save Pepper, though, as Trippy is able to get an elimination. They're pushing them back, though. High Anxiety, excuse me, putting LNA's show here on B. They're not letting SOTG get an inch of ground. Now it is an even round, 4 points to 4 points. The next capture point is going to win.
Love to see that. Zarya over here throwing out some grenades just to see what happens. Hopefully somebody walks in there. We've got Leitmotif as Junker Queen jumping in, trying to take some side control. Very disruptive. She can apply the bleed. That's a huge debuff. Great push. Takes down Leitmotif. Fantastic play from Forehead Kiss.
You love to see that Forehead Kiss on Reinhardt right now. Really trying to come into his own and really, I think, trying to carry that momentum forward really well and feeling it now. He's definitely feeling it now. You got VelvetPanther on May, taking on a clinic, putting PJ out with the icicles. Oh, Trippy laying in wait. A couple easy shots there. Trippy just cleaning them up as they walk in. They're not checking their corners. Definitely not Rainbow Six Siege players in this lobby right now.
I mean, you don't expect to see a Reaper sitting there by the side, but he did a phenomenal job of being patient, waiting it out, and that was an absolutely incredible W for SOTG. Yeah. But I got to say as well, High Anxiety did a great job too.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to the last capture point there. High Anxiety able to come back. They were on their heels for the very beginning of that, able to come back, find some team cohesion, find the synergy, make something happen to make it a competitive round. SOTG just edges them out on the end. And man, I mean, Trippy on Reaper playing the game here without a doubt. And I mean, a forehead kiss, you could argue, had some really good stuff on there on Reinhardt, but man, Trippy on Reaper was a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
And I would not like to be on the other end of those shotguns. Man, he was making them count.
I will say there was a lot of absolutely incredible shots coming out. Trippy, his placement with Reaper was very, very good. Very impressive without being, you know, he didn't overextend, which is the mark of a good Overwatch player as well. I will say as well, one thing I noticed with Forehead Kiss, when he was playing Ryan, there was one point where he saw an enemy on the right and he got some tunnel vision. I saw that happen. I do it constantly when I'm playing tank. I get it. And he started doing the charge, realized there was someone on the left, and decided to just go ahead and bail out. He was like, I'm going to fall back, take a second, regroup with my team, because if he had gone, losing that tank would have been absolutely devastating.
Yeah, you saw it on the last map, really, on the Ilios a little bit, where there was a little bit of an overextension. He wasn't, you know, it's so easy on Ryan when you don't really have a whole lot of range and you're out of your fire strikes, where you just want to jump in there and be like, oh, just if I can hit him one more time. I gotta get 1 foot closer and get that last, and then you die, you know? And so good to see him reeling in a little bit, the good heads-up awareness on there. So absolutely. That is going to bring map 2 to a close, and that is going to give our competitors time for a little short break here to strategize, and we will be moving into the third map selection here very shortly. Rad, we're 2 maps in. How do you think this third one is going to pan out?
So far, SOTG has shown a little bit more dominance. I think that they're going to potentially have a pretty a good leg up on the next one. That said, high anxiety. Every match that they play, they seem to be improving, figuring out how to kind of counter and deal. And I will say as well, I'm curious to see if in match 3, if they're able to choose a specific team composition that will counter the very disruptive, highly aggressive, and very precise shots of SOTG.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like you said, SOTG has been winning. High anxiety, definitely adapting. And they're making the changes they need to make. And if they can keep doing that, they can keep adapting and just keep trying to counter as best they can. The biggest thing that I've seen from map 1 to map 2 was the synergy seemed to be much better. The team cohesion,
100%.
The target acquisition was better. They were following up on kills a little bit better in eliminations, and they weren't overextending and overreaching. So for sure, I'd love to see that continue into the map 3 here, and just see how they do. But we got a good map 3 coming regardless.
Absolutely. Well, so Slevin, since we are live on the official Kick channel and on KTN at the same time, can you give everyone who has not seen one of our productions before a quick rundown of what KTN, you know, Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition is?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of us joining, or for those of you joining us for our map 2 break, welcome to the Kick Tournament Network, guys. We host tournaments on Kick. And we are streaming live today from DreamHack Atlanta, and we are hosting the grand finals of our Dragonblade Arena League DreamHack series. My name is Slevin. I'm your play-by-play caster this evening, or this afternoon, and in the booth with me today is my co-caster, Rad Savage. Now, if you are new to our Overwatch or our tournaments in general, the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition, by the way, is our last single elimination league of this DreamHack series, where our qualified teams are going to be battling across maps that they have selected, but this time they get to pick from the entire Overwatch 2 map pool. So a lot more options for them. It's really, really fun. So before each round begins, the losing team will select the next map and mode, but they also get to choose one hero to ban from play. Once the previous round's losing team selects their map and a hero ban, the winning team will then ban another hero to restrict from play. So there's 2 bans for each round, or each map.
Let me see that.
Yeah. And so now before we jump into map 3, Rad is going to explain to everyone how the scoring is working today.
I can do that. So the scoring for today's tournament is pretty simple. It's going to be based off of the natural scoring systems in Overwatch again, but it is going to be dependent on the map selected by our teams. Again, very, very important there. Yep. The team with the highest score at the end of any individual map will earn 1 point, and the first term to score to score 3 points will be declared the winner of the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 Edition DreamHack Championship. So each map and mode is going to have its own unique scoring system, but we'll keep you up to date on that as we go. We're not going to talk about all that right now. Before we start setting up the next map, I would like to take a second again to thank the incredible staff here at KTN, Kick, and at DreamHack Atlanta. They've been absolutely incredible, very, very helpful. We love them. We have 3 independent staff teams coming together to make this tournament happen, and just they've all been absolutely incredible. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts here at KTN. To everyone in chat, please feel free to head over to the KTN Kick channel, check out the panels, and go show our staff, ambassadors, and our KTN partners some support. To those of you in chat who are also interested in competing in our future tournaments or leagues, please head over to our website at kicktournamentnetwork.com, where you can find all of our socials, the event scoreboard, KTN merch, and our upcoming tournaments. We don't only do Overwatch, we do a little bit of everything, but if you see a game you like and you want to play that, you should definitely jump in. Anybody of any skill level can participate. It is not, you don't have to be like a Masters or Diamond or anything like that. You don't have to have a set MMR. If you want to play and you think it's going to be fun, we want you here. So definitely look into that.
Absolutely.
While we give our competitors a little bit of time to set up for the next round, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we just want to go through before we hop into the break here. So these are the highlight stats. This is a KTN exclusive thing that we do to highlight some of the players that played in those previous rounds. And so you can see C3 on Ash for SOTG. I mean, 32 eliminations, picking up the Warlord award as well. Also C3 on Ash, picking up the Ult Farmer as they deployed 3 ultimates on that. I mean, look at the damage numbers alone. 14,000 damage, 11 final blows, only 3 deaths. The C3E was, I mean, they started out playing on support as well in the first on Ilios, yeah. And then he could, it wouldn't be right not to mention Trippy on Reaper coming in here for SOTG with the Executioner award, picking up, I believe, the most eliminations, or the most final blows, rather, in the round there, picking up a few deaths as well, and actually tying for the 3 ultimates of C3E. So lots of great plays coming in out of those guys. We look forward to seeing them move forward into that 3rd map. So,
and yeah, absolutely incredible plays coming out of both of those guys. Very, very dominant DPS play styles. It's really, really good to see. I will say as well that while we give our competitors a little bit of time to set up for the next round, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. KTN will be right back.
It is time to crown the champion of the Dragonblade Arena League DreamHack Championship. It's finals time, everyone. Coming to you live from DreamHack, exclusively on Kick.com. The viewers are hyped, the players are ready, and now they play for it all.
Maybe starting to steamroll this a little bit and carry that momentum forward. Bard on the run from a fully charged Zarya. Ging is just lasering him down now, and man, 100% immediately, but able to make something.
Look at his positioning
there.
though.
Oh,
It's
behind!
a crazy positioning.
Comes in, Riptide, cleaning him up. Seems like there's some planning. Go through it. A little shatter there. Doesn't get much, but it allows Volks to come in, and he's able to get some eliminations off of it. Oh, my 4. He gets the 5, the whole team kill.
Welcome back to the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition. My name is Slevin, your play-by-play caster this afternoon, and in the booth with me today is my codecaster, Rat Savage. Our competitors are ready to launch into their next map. This will be our 3rd map, so let's get right into the action. Rat, what are you looking for? What do you think we're going to see in this one?
Honestly, it very, very heavily depends on the map itself. I mean, we haven't actually seen what the map is yet. Once we figure that out, we're going to, kind of go from there. But I will say, so far, I feel like the control coming out of High Anxiety is really, really good. They're picking very, I wouldn't describe the hero choices as passive, but I would describe them as a little bit less aggressive than SOTG is going with.
Sure, I can see that.
There is a time where that can maybe be too much for SOTG. So if they're not able to hit their shots, if they wind up, not being able to be as aggressive as they probably should be, which again all comes down to basic, gameplay. High Anxiety has a good chance of coming back. I will say I'm expecting to see a lot of additional aggression coming out of SOTG. They're going to pick high damage heroes, very precise heroes, and they're going to hold from different angles, which is a unique play style that you don't really see a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you saw it a lot on Ilios on that first map there, if anybody was watching that. And if you weren't, and you're just joining us, I'm going to recap it for you. All right, SOTG was really good at taking angles. They would capture the point, and then they would move off the point. And then they would hold angles for High Anxiety to walk into the traps, right? Yeah. They weren't just sitting on the point, capturing the point, and then defending the point. They were playing the entire map. They were using all of the verticality of the map, all the lanes. They were setting up. They weren't necessarily deathballing, which can backfire. For sure. Like, really easily, right? Because if you're not super confident in whoever's got this angle over here, and they go down, they miss a couple shots, or they get deathballed onto, now you're down one, moving into the next team fight. 100%. SOTG did not seem to have that problem. They knew exactly what they were doing, where everybody was supposed to be and when they were supposed to be there, and it was just very, very well executed. So we'll see if they can keep that same kind of, I would call it chaotic cohesion, I guess, because like I said, it's not really, it's not really a death ball, you know, they're not like playing off of each other's shoulders. They are definitely spread out. Now, High Anxiety, I think on the last round that we saw, was able to maybe capitalize on that a little bit as they kind of adapted, made some changes to it, and SOTG, I mean, we took it neck and neck. It was the final point that decided that last round. 100%. So High Anxiety is definitely ramping up. I think they're finding their groove a little bit. Yeah. I think we're going to get a pretty good match coming into the map 3 here. So.
I mean, again, I'm excited to see where High Anxiety comes from here. Like I said, they've been coming a little bit closer every single round, and it looks like we do have the map selection. It is Queen Street.
Yeah, so Queen Street, this is a fun one, man. This is a good push map here. If you guys don't know what push is, each team has a robot, or there's one robot really, and they just have to push the robot as far as they can. Whoever pushes the robot the furthest wins. Kind of like tug of war. It's very similar to Clash, but except with points, you actually have a robot that you're escorting. And so whoever pushes it the furthest or to the enemy spawn is going to take this round. Looks like they have our bans coming in as well. High Anxiety choosing to ban Widowmaker, which is interesting. I believe we saw Trippy for SOTG play Widowmaker just for a minute, but taking him out of this map, it does have a lot of really long lanes, so trying to shut someone down, some of that basically free damage that they might be able to pick up with Widowmaker. And then SOTG taking out another big DPS on this map as Bastion has been eliminated.
Interesting as well, we're seeing the team for SOTG, the team composition, they're choosing different, they're playing different like character types. Huntsman and PJ are now the tanks. We're going to switch it up here. Trippy switching back to the Pharah. I think we saw that in round 1. But I'm curious to see. I mean, Winston is such a disruptive, like we talked about earlier, such a disruptive tank.
Yeah.
A smooth Winston, very, very mobile, very hard to get a handle on, and a smart Winston is going to hold those choke points really, really well, activate that bubble to cover their entire team, and kind of control the entire map as a whole.
Yeah, Winston, plays very similar to, it's not a direct comparison, but Remy Wrecking Ball, right? Just gets in there, cause chaos, try to dive the back line as much as you can, take the squishy characters out, get rid of the supports, and then jump back to safety, right? Hammond does kind of similar thing. I think Hammond's ult's probably a little bit better than Winston. It's not a very high damage ult. Hard to get a lot of work out of that ult, or a lot of good work out of it anyway, but looks like we're going to jump back into the map here as High Anxiety going to run a pretty traditional comp for them, and SOTG, like you mentioned, really kind of changing things up and changing up who is playing which role, and some unorthodox compositions here, I would say.
I'd love to see the combination of Orisa and Forehead Kiss's choice of Reinhardt. Very nice kill on Bite Motif. That is an immediate takedown of one of the supports for SOTG. Smooth plays. Wow, that's a long pull coming up. Wow.
Man, Huntsman didn't get the full slam there. It was just too long of a lane, and Timishi actually able to take him out as the thrusters ran out there. So High Anxiety so far has the lead in this first team fight, but SOTG, it looks like they're able to get back and regroup into it pretty quick here.
Beautiful Mercy Pocket going into the Reaper there. That was absolutely incredible. It again really comes down to, oh, what a play!
Man, C3 on Sojourn comes right up behind Mercy and takes her down, says you are not rezzing anybody else. C3 fully locked and loaded here, just taking the high ground, taking the angles, and being a menace, putting out tons of damage right now for SOTG, and has to push Forehead back as Huntsman goes down as well. It does look like High Anxiety still has a little bit of the advantage here, but man, SOTG not giving up on this team fight. We got our first ult there. Forehead Kiss takes down PJ with the shatter. Get that Winston out of there. One tank down.
Mercy Pocket for the win. She's charging it back up. We're going to see what happens here. Will the Mercy go for the damage buff? The blue bar is so huge coming out of that.
Yeah, it really is. See Trippy on Pharah here, trying to keep a distance and just get up high, take some shots and angles. Also getting a mercy pocket by Creon, and that damage boost could be huge. Oh, nice. Catches them in the stairwell. Doesn't get any eliminations off of it, though. They immediately able to scatter. And Ginge coming in on Soldier, taking out Huntsman and Trippy, who didn't get much out of that ult there. Oh, nice. We got a battle Mercy. VelvetPanther versus Creon.
Oh, man.
The battle Mercy coming in strong, picking up a couple eliminations of her own there. You love to see Mercy take out the pistol from time to time.
Really good shots. We got Jing on Soldier. We're going to see what he can do here. I love Soldier personally. Very classic COD style gameplay. What a shot with the nade.
Nice.
Phenomenal, phenomenal shots.
Man, C3 going for that med pack, and Ginge says, I got a helix loaded for you, brother. You're not getting over there. Nice heads up play by Ginge to cut off the heels there. It does look like High Anxiety taking most of the ground right now. They got 60 meters to the 2 meters that SOTG's put up. So SOTG needs to do something, adapt a little bit here, and push High Anxiety off this point so they can backtrack a little bit here.
Oh, the Lucio does manage to somehow stay alive. That was incredible.
Ginge activates the visor, gets a couple eliminations there. It's just lost Trippy and PJ. C3, oh my gosh, just got absolutely melted. Not able to get the finish on it though. Ginge on fire on Soldier right now, hitting all of the shots. Nice shots by Timishi as well here on Orisa. Throwing out, we got a little bit of a change coming through with SOTG just back on their feet. Oh my gosh, man. Forehead kiss, unrelenting on Reinhardt right now. Way up high though. And then we have, who's that, Timishi coming in to give him a little bit of reprieve. Nice shot by C3 with the slide. He is trying to push him back, get him out of the spawn right now, and it is working.
Oh my goodness, Huntsman coming out of nowhere. RKO, what a takedown. Creon, wow.
That is one of the things about this map is once you get close to the enemy spawn, it is so hard to push it that final 10-15 meters because they have that spawn advantage. They get out there quick. SOTG regrouped and really brought it out in force, and they are going to try to keep that momentum going and put some pressure on them here. Oh, Trippy takes down Granite with a nice ult, but goes down himself. You hate to see that on the Tracer.
That's me every time I use Tracer.
I can't use Tracer. I don't have the reflexes for it. I'm too old. I'm not allowed to use Tracer anymore. Oh,
really nice shots coming out of Kiriko. We're going to go ahead and keep rotating here. They're going to push up. High Anxiety is trying to get as close as they can back to SOTG's base. Like we said, SOTG taking this moment to push the bot back. But can they hold it? I mean, it's a very, very aggressive push coming out of High Anxiety. See if they can hold it. We've got Orisa does miss the Javelin. Really good, consistent damage. Reinhardt, very disruptive. Shield is up. Very, very nice.
Oh, we got the Orisa ult coming out. Timishi trying to get something down. Not able to get anybody there, but zoned a little bit. Trippy picking up some eliminations. Creon gets one as well. Panther able to regrab forehead kiss, but pays the price for it. We got a couple of ults going off. It's both PJ and Creon activating their Winston and Moira ults respectively. SOTG able to stay in the game and put on a pretty good defense there.
Unfortunate when you get an ult. I mean, a Reinhardt's ult is so good, but every once in a while you'll pop one off and it will not do what you want it to do. Sadly, I don't think there was any takedowns right there. A little bit of a whiff, but it was an excellent bot.
Yeah, Trippy is trippy to watch on Tracer here. Tracer is so hard to follow. It's such a mobile character. You have to be so good to play her and get any real advantage with her. So she is, being a menace on the backline, misses the pulse bomb on Ginge, but PJ jumps in and backs him up. Ginge goes down. We got a big shatter coming through. Kiriko through ult up as well. Huntsman fire strikes, gets Pepper down. Nice fire strike there.
Very nice.
The elimination. PJ getting overextended just a little bit, not able to get it back in time. Lots going on. Timishi gets a shot from the side. C3 again taking incredible angles here. Angles they don't expect, just waiting for them and able to help Trippy out. We'll pick up a few more eliminations there. Man, SOTG came to play.
C3 is such a good shooter. If you've never played Sojourn before, she's a hard operator to use. I mean, she is rough. But I mean, he is a laser beam with the automatic rifle fire, and that extra pull shot that she does is hard to hit with, and he's hitting all of them.
Yeah, he has aim. He's hitting his shots, kid. That is for sure. Ginge has an ult in waiting. I think Tracer trying to come back with a pulse bomb. Trippy doesn't quite have it up yet, but you can see coming through with those melees and then teleporting back out of there. Forehead kiss gets slammed. That's not going to be good for them as SOTG comes back in really strong, knocking them down. Ginge pops the ult. He picks up 3 with the visor. Nice work by Ginge. Huntsman finally takes him down.
Good try on the self-heal.
Yeah, I think that does give High Anxiety just enough pressure to keep SOTG off the bomb for a minute here. Very big ult. Trippy coming in, throwing another pulse bomb on to take it for granted on Lucio. The poor Lucio's been targeted a couple times by those. Take it for granted, man. Such a mobile hero to get hit by a pulse bomb is very unfortunate, very unlucky. And then, oh man, Huntsman not afraid to get in the action with a good charge. Oh, stuck in the Orisa ult though.
500% charge. What a takedown from Timishi. Nice plays.
Hits the ult and immediately followed it with the javelin. Huntsman goes down. C3 on Sojourn. I mean, you just see that name up there in the kill feed constantly, man. Huntsman comes back with the revive off of Leitmotif. Huntsman, again, not afraid to get in there. Charges in, shatters, fire strikes, picks up eliminations. SOTG just following him on the heels right now and just snowballing that huge ultimate into a near team kill against High Anxiety.
Mercy pocketed Reinhardt is so oppressive.
Yeah, I mean, Mercy, the damage boost, the heals. Reinhardt's already big and tanky. Oh no, Leitmotif not able to get away. Forehead kiss, getting very aggressive on the back line right now. See if he can get not able to get a charge on to Sojourn. And good hammer though. It does go down, unfortunately. C3 always there to back up his team as Forehead Kiss had something, and C3 took it right out of his hands. And then you can see just comes through and starts cleaning up again. And now we got PJ back on the wrecking ball. It's just going to be chaos here in High Anxiety spawn.
Absolute devastation. I will say as well, kind of loving the watermelon skin. Just saying, never seen it before.
But yeah, the watermelon skin is a move. I love it. But PJ, we saw a wrecking ball earlier in this tournament, and man, wrecking ball is tough to deal with. Timishi going to stick, or actually going to swap over. Timishi making a change here, and you're going to jump over to Mauga. Going to give him a little bit more mobility than he had with Orisa. They'll see if this is able to do something because they need to really hold this defense here as SOTG has been unrelenting right here on this final point.
Yet another takedown. C3 and Leitmotif both go down at the same time. That is going to be a rough play coming in from SOTG.
Yeah, you saw kind of a heads-up move by Forehead Kiss with all the chaos that was going on in spawn. He just grabbed the bot and walked it back. He just wanted to, I'm going to get this out of here a little bit, and we'll play catch-up later, figure it out later. Man, PJ and Trippy on Tracer just knocking people down. PJ being an absolute menace on the wrecking ball. Ginge on Reaper switched off of the Soldier. A lot of good adaptations. Both teams making good hero switches here and really kind of adapting to what's going on.
Tracer is such a slippery hero. She's so hard to hit. And Leitmotif is doing a great job of flying. Great plays. Excellent sleep coming out of the enemy team there, coming into PJ. Yeah, Tracer is just so difficult to do. Oh, he mined the entire end. Okay, that could be disruptive.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. I mean, SOTG right on the point. They need that final push right now. High Anxiety. Are they going to be able to get back out there and install it? Not going to be able to get back out there and install it. SOTG takes the map.
Really nice plays coming from both sides. High Anxiety did such a phenomenal job pushing it all the way there. Man, that was so close.
And that is the nature of Overwatch in a nutshell. You can feel like you are absolutely hot, firing on all cylinders. Get it to 99%, push it 99% of the way there, whatever it is, and then the other team can just turn it on 100%. And push it all the way back. And it is so tough to see that when you feel like the game is in your hands, you're grabbing it, you've touched it, you felt the end, and then it just gets ripped away from you like that. But you got to give it to SOTG, man, for hanging in there and really just pulling it out. Yeah, pulled back and take the back. I mean, there was a good push. High Anxiety put on a lot of defense. Like I said, that last spot on those push maps, when you are in the enemy spawn, they have such a quick spawn advantage to get back to the point, back to the robot. Those are really tough to get at that extra little mile, and you can see on both sides struggled with that a little bit, and then SOTG finally able to get the picks they needed. I think just creating the chaos with the wrecking ball was a great switch. Just get there, cause some scatter, cause panic.
And I will say as well, when you got the wrecking ball, his ult is so disruptive, especially at the end of the point, because you have to go there. So, for example, he just lays a bunch of trip mines on the ground, and then that poor Ryan, Forehead Kiss, tries to push in, and he hits like 7 of them. He had to get to the point to stop him dying.
Yeah, it's tough. You sometimes just gotta gotta step on a landmine to try to save your friends, right?
For sure.
I guess is kind of the goal there. Yeah,
respect.
Yeah, I mean, lots of good back and forth on that. I mean, a lot of hero switching around as well. I think we started with a Winston, we started with a Soldier, and then we ended with a Mauga, and we ended with a Wrecking Ball, and just a Reaper. So a lot of adaptation going on, as we saw High Anxiety was getting very good at adapting to the circumstances that SOTG was putting them in, because I think SOTG was really good at controlling the pace of a lot of the fights, at least for a little while, you know, and so they were really controlling the pace, and then High Anxiety would make a switch and start to pick up a little bit of steam, and then SOTG would make a switch and respawn. And that's what I love about hero shooters or Overwatch in general, is that back and forth. You're not locked into the choice you made in the hideout. You know, you have a chance to adapt and kind of go out and do things.
Absolutely, and I like to see those switches. It's also interesting to see SOTG was swapping there, so they're so good at each individual part that they can play any role. Obviously, everybody has their favorite characters, but it was interesting to see the swaps of who was tank and who was support and who was DPS fairly consistently.
Yeah, they're very comfortable in many roles with many different heroes, and so you can see some of the highlights from that last round here, as VelvetPanther picking up the Guardian Angel award with the 11,000 healing. 10 deaths did pay for it a little bit there, but definitely kept the team in the game going forward. And then C3, I think, picked up a few awards here on DPS. I mean, 39 eliminations, over 20,000 damage,
man. I mean, those games are the ones that make you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah. Those are the ones where you knew you were out there doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And as we saw, I mean, C3 on Sojourn was an absolute menace, just not missing any shots.
He was a laser beam.
Yeah. Just the aim to win, you know? Absolutely. And then Sojourn being such a mobile character too with her slides and stuff is not a character. I was a Cassidy guy. You know, I kind of stand. I can roll. Yeah. You know, I can hit the shots that I need to hit, hopefully. But you put too much movement in there, I'm all over the place. I'm missing like crazy. C3's that guy.
I would say I always want to see a little more Sigma, personally.
Yeah.
But Sigma's my favorite. Sigma and Zarya are my two favorites. Sigma's fun because I like bouncing those grenades off of those side areas and trying to hook around shields and stuff. Looks like we do have our next map, though.
And yeah, we are going to be moving into Gibraltar here. This is a Watchpoint map, so they are going to be kind of an escort. We're going to have an initial point. For those of you who don't know what this is, if you do, tune out for a second. But we're going to have a little initial point that the attacking team has to capture it, and they're going to have to push a cart through several checkpoints. Whoever gets it to the end or gets it furthest is going to take that map here.
For sure, for sure. I'm really curious to see what choices they make. Looks like EJ has switched back to DPS and is playing Widow. Light motif starting off with the Doomfist here. A good Doomfist is pretty darn impressive. I'm very interested to see Light motif's plays here. Got taken for granted switching up to Lucio. Jing is actually going to be switching off of DPS. Oh, I'm sorry. Off to DPS and into the tank mode coming from D.Va.
Yeah, we've got some. I mean, High Anxiety sticking with kind of what they know. These are familiar comps for them. Forehead Kiss going to drop onto Reaper instead of Tank here. And we do have a little bit of a change as Ginge is going D.Va. I think we saw a D.Va earlier on Ilios, perhaps. I don't remember correctly, but D.Va, not a tank you see a whole lot, that we've seen a whole lot in a lot of these tournaments. She's very mobile, but not a super high damage tank, so it requires a good team to get in there and back her up when she makes something happen. So.
Nice verticality coming out of Light Motif. Doomfist, that's what he does best, trying to hold it. Jing over here holding the point very well. I'm curious to see if he's going to use that shield to hold off basically Huntsman. I mean, that's the main Huntsman, and wow. Really nice shot coming out of PJ. Takes down Forehead Kisses Reaper. One shot.
Yeah, we saw Ginge really jump down on Trippy there, who's playing Venture, who we haven't seen. Venture, kind of a mole man. He burrowed underground and got away from that one. And we've got a Wrecking Ball coming back in, trying to make something happen. It's Huntsman on the Wrecking Ball this time. C3 sticking with what they do on DPS. We got a Soldier coming in, trying to get the high ground. Oh, it gets eliminated. Nice. Forehead Kiss hits every single shot there. You got to make those ones count. Oh, we've got these turrets.
Oh, the Alari pylon. The Alari's pylon is so frustrating to fight against. That placement is amazing. You have to push past, and if you can't get past their front line, you can't stop the healing.
Yeah, those pylons can be very impressive in the right places, especially if you don't see him coming. Trippy really chasing down Pepper. Oh man, High Anxiety getting routed out of this tunnel right now. Forehead kiss, the last one alive. He goes down to Trippy. That's a team kill for SOTG.
Did not expect to see Trippy switching to Venture. I'm really, really interested. That, I mean, he had an immediate triple kill when he did it.
Yeah, we've got, like I said, SOTG playing a lot of different heroes, and everybody kind of switching roles. They're very, very comfortable on many different roles as a team, and they're kind of putting it on display here, yeah.
Placement's interesting. They're going to go in and hold back. Excellent charged attack. Really, really nice, impressive gameplay. Does manage to take down Leitmotif. Manages to take down Creon. That is going to be both of their supports down. Manages to take down primary DPS C3. Really, really nice combo fire.
Yeah, Ginge got up there in the face, not allowing him to do anything. And just like I mentioned earlier with D.Va, the team has to back you up with D.Va. And the team was there to back him up in that tunnel and really help chip away at the HP of those enemies there. PJ kind of up here on his own, trying to be a little thorn in the side here, buzzing around like a little gnat, just trying to annoy people, get some good damage on Ginge. Makes them retreat back into the team comp here.
A good Tracer is so hard to fight against. She's so slippery and difficult to get around. And I mean, she's just so mobile, and then she can get all of her health back with the backward teleport. So
yeah, SOTG coming in all compete against them, and they had to jump down with Trippy switched over. Actually, Trippy switched off of Venture over to Reinhardt here, and Reinhardt, oh, he has to get away, throws his thrusters on, he is gone. High Anxiety playing a pretty good defense here. C3 hopping onto Liu Yang here and throwing some water balls at everybody.
Very, very nice plays coming out of both sides. Forehead Kiss does have the Reaper ult. It is possible he'll be able to take it down. Wow, what an immort field coming from the Baptiste. That was a great attempt. Really, really nice control. Leitmotif, very, very dominant on the battlefield.
Yeah, unfortunately for Forehead Kiss in that Reaper ult, he jumps right into the lamp. Oh, we got a nice ult by Creon on Cassidy, who we haven't seen played. He picked up a couple Deadeye eliminations there. The ult from Ginge, not able to kick anybody out as well. Creon, nice shots on VelvetPanther. He does go down for it, though. It's up to Timothy and Pepper here as a nice little ram by Trippy. Timothy able to survive. We got the Suzu by Kiriko keeping everybody alive. Pepper putting out the cards like crazy. Had to focus on somebody else for a second, and Timothy does go down, and then it's going to be a little bit of a snowball, it looks like, as High Anxiety on their heels. But man, they are getting back to the fight very, very quickly here.
Really, really nice plays coming out of both sides. Oh my God, does manage to take down the Lucio there. Jing very dominant, a little bit of buff. PJ is so disruptive with this Tracer, doing such a good job of holding it down and just putting just enough damage that they can get away, but also make the enemy focus on them. If they don't turn around, it's a problem. Really, really good shots coming out of Trippy, and just everything is going so well for SOTG. Yeah. But High Anxiety is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, defense is hard. I mean, this map is like it seems you either get steamrolled or you either defend really, really well, right? There's a lot of chokes in this map. There's a lot of long lanes in this map. And with the hero bans being Winston and Mercy, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for some of these longer range heroes to really shine, especially Kiriko with those kunai and those headshots. I mean, they can be absolutely devastating on these long lanes here. So next big team fight coming in as Ginge is demeched immediately, and then Creon finishes her off on Hog. Trying to get a hook, gets booped away, not able to do it. Just putting on damage. Everybody gets sucked in by that ult. She's gonna hold it a little too long. Big Suzu by Leitmotif to keep all of SOTG safe from the Orisa ult. Timed that absolutely perfectly. And just getting pushed back a little bit, though. Trippy able to take it for granted. A little Lucio on Lucio action. Ginge with the follow-up there. We're going to throw in the mech by Huntsman. Not able to get anything out, but zones a little bit. PJ with a pulse bomb. Taking out Ginge's turret, or demeffing rather.
What a hook! VelvetPanther goes down. What a hook!
Man, you love to see a good Roadhog hook. When the fight looks like it's kind of stagnating a little bit and you just get pulled around that corner.
It's the worst.
It is tough. It is tough, man. SOTG making it to the second point. That one didn't give them too much trouble. This is High Anxiety's big chance to post a really good defensive measure going on here. And you can see, man, Creon very, very comfortable on Hog, getting way up away from his team.
Doing a fantastic job with the Jing is doing a great job with D.Va. Does manage to go around and get that quick pocket heal. Using that shield to eat all of these explosives is a nice play. Very, very consistent.
Yeah, we got Trippy on another character as well now, changing it up again. Pepper throwing out the ult on Kiriko, trying to get as many kunai, a lot of damage, targeting that D.Va weak point. Oh, that's a big detonation there. Trippy goes down. I think that's the first D.Va ult detonation that we've seen this round. They actually got somebody there. PJ, man, targeting Lucio. Taken for granted, I think has been hit by like 6 pulse bombs so far in this tournament on Lucio, which is really, really unfortunate.
The targeting is wild.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of targeting. SOTG does not love Lucios, apparently. They're targeting really, really hard here, and they're able to make that final push. And with 1:19 to spare, SOTG captures all 3 points.
Very, very nice gameplay coming out of both sides. Was there any part of that you thought was particularly impressive more than the rest of it?
Well, I mean, man, High Anxiety put on a really good defensive showing there at the very, very beginning. And SOTG, I don't know how many hero switches there were, but there was at least, I think, 4 or 5 hero switches from them as they were looking to adapt, change things up, and really get the momentum back in their favor. And they were able to do it in High Anxiety, just not able to respond in time. So we'll see how they do on offense here. I mean, but you got to give it to Trippy, man. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's out there doing stuff, just taking eliminations, not giving anybody room to breathe, chasing people down. I mean, really, I think we've had really good highlighting of almost every player here throughout this tournament. On both teams are really excelling in very certain situations with their characters. It has been really good to watch just everybody kind of be on point all together. You know?
Absolutely.
There's not one player that I would say that is like, oh, this player is, you know, above board better than everybody else, right?
No,
Everybody
very
is on a very consistent playing ground here and just putting on a show. So it's been really, really fun so far. Let's see how they do on High Anxiety's turn to push this thing forward.
Very, very nice. It's a good start here. We've got very defensive coming from SOTG, holding the high ground first. D.Va is going to try to go toe-to-toe up here at the top. Wow, that Discord orb.
Yeah. Discord orbs can absolutely be devastating. I think they're pretty well used these days, but there was a time, I think maybe back in Overwatch 1, maybe more, where nobody was really using the Discord orbs too much. They just weren't something that people were really into. And now Discord orbs, I mean, they can absolutely just destroy a tank that they get put on. You get absolutely melted with them on.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, good shots there by Huntsman, taking down Jin as she was team-backed. Those Zenyatta orbs also hurt quite a bit. So.
Zenyatta, if you're not familiar with the game, ladies and gentlemen, here is such a strong, great takedown from Creon on the tank. Taken for granted. Really, really good shots here. We've got Orb of Harmony for the healing, and they're going to go ahead and keep trying to push back High Anxiety. We're going to see if they can push back in. D.Va Shield, eating up all of those Reaper shots. So difficult to get past a good D.Va.
Yeah, that was a great use of that shield of the defense matrix by Trippy there to eat a lot of that damage as they were kind of bundled in there, that tunnel. Nice shots by Creon, trying to get a hook. We got a Pepper. They're going to ult on Kiriko there, throw it out there, see what happens. She goes down. PJ switching over to Junkrat, picking up a couple eliminations right off the bat, getting a third elimination with the mine there. And then C3 and Roadhog coming in and cleaning it up. My goodness. SOTG made a great change there and able to put High Anxiety back on their heels.
Oh, this could be great. Oh, no. That was a good try from PJ. A little too greedy.
He got taken for granted right there at the end with that tire explosion. Unfortunately, that is going to be a little bit of a stagger for High Anxiety. I'm sure he wanted a little more out of it, but you know, you'll take an eliminated support is always a good thing for a team going in. So, and man, we're not going to see any time getting back into these fights here. There's no downtime whatsoever. These guys are not regrouping. It is all pedal to the metal, 0 to 100, and we are holding it there this entire fight right now. So Huntsman gonna switch to Ramantra, gonna throw that ult up. He is swinging them. Punching like Tyson out here, trying to get some eliminations. The Zarya bubbles coming out of Timoshi, really good, keeping the team alive in this little spot, and that is where Ramantra with that ult is going to shine when you're stuck in a little building with him, and there's nowhere to go.
He has one of my favorite ults in the game.
Yeah, really fun character to play, kind of like an Orisa with a little more range, or a Ryan with a little more range, I don't know. Just a fun tank.
Is just doing a fantastic job as Ana. Really, really nice shots here. We do have a charged ult, I believe, from Creon. Is he going to use it to try to push past, or is he going to hold for a last-minute save?
Oh, we got a big grab up by Zarya. Are we going to be able to get anything off of it? It doesn't look like we got much off of it as Timoshi paid for the grab as soon as they tossed it out. PJ taking up an elimination on Pepper, taking for granted, taking down Trippy, who is now switched over to Lucio. The VelvetPanther, nice shot, taking down Leitmotif. We're seeing a little bit of Widowmaker action here, trying to get some of those picks if we can really move out of spawn here. High anxiety, the pressure is on. 40 seconds for them to make something happen here.
Jing being so close to their next ult. We've got 2 that we can hold off here. 3 ults coming from Team SOTG. They're just holding. They don't have to use it. Oh man, PJ is going to pop it off with a tire. Does he get? He does manage to get VelvetPanther. Great shot.
Hi, Ginge pushing, maybe overextending a little bit, trying to get the elimination. Not able to do it. Doesn't get DreamHack, though. Able to get back to the team in time. Taken for granted. Goes down to another Huntsman. Owner of Mantra there. Man, Ginge getting aggressive here, taking down Trippy, trying to steal the med pack as well. Huntsman doing everything they can to stay alive in this corner against a very angry D.Va. And manages to stay alive, still alive, finally goes down. Man, Huntsman with the survivability there. That took forever.
Reaper hard counter into the Hog. Does have to fall back, though. There's a little bit too much oppression coming from multiple enemies on Team SOTG.
Yeah, forehead kiss, going to jump up, try to put a little bit of pressure on, I believe that was C3, try to push him away. And man, these Creon with these hooks, you haven't mentioned it yet, but these hooks on Creon have been great. That one did not pay off for him though, as they were ready and waiting and just shoved it right back into his face here.
Really, really nice plays coming from Leitmotif. Again, very, very oppressive is Genji. Just staying in the back there. Usually you see Genji pushing up a little bit further and then using that mobility to pull back. Great shots from PJ. Combo fire with the nade. Very, very fast time to kill.
Yeah, Ginge getting DMEC'd here up top. Nowhere to go. Gets eliminated by PJ. And we are moving right back into the action. Leitmotif, nice shots with the Genji. Finished it up with a melee. Does go down by Timishi. PJ picking up a couple eliminations there on Soldier. Trippy really shooting underneath the crate there, trying to pick up a couple eliminations as well. And then with the help of PJ, high anxiety getting pushed back.
Torbjorn taking some time to generate ult. Again, very, very nice trap ult. You can throw lava on the ground, burn people out while they're standing in it. They're going to take immediate high ground here and just kind of hold and watch down. Interesting play.
Yeah, high anxiety regrouping as a team here, but SOTG set up and waiting. And like I said before, you can see SOTG, none of them were on the card. You know, they're taking angles outside of the point or the objective, and it is really paying off well for them. They are so confident in their hero selections and their abilities to collapse when needed and play as a team. And it is really, really wonderful to see them just be that cohesive, even though they're so spread apart.
The Soldier ult does take out the Zenyatta. We got it. Oh my goodness gracious, there's so many things happening in the field right now. Really, really nice ult coming out of Timishi. Unfortunately, does get punished by C3.
C3 taking the high ground here, giving some good shots on Jen, trying to push him back. High anxiety putting on a decent little push here. See if they get to the second point. They are almost there. SOTG just needs to make a couple little mistakes, and high anxiety will have the second point unlocked. And oh man, 0.95 meters being contested by C3. Not able to hold it long enough for a team to get back. High anxiety gets another little life here.
Ballsy play coming out of the who was that? That was
Kiriko?
Trippy, I believe. Yeah, Kiriko was over there just absolutely going toe-to-toe with the Reaper. You don't typically see that. Very, very interesting choice, and honestly, it almost paid off.
Yeah, Trippy switching back off to Hanzo, so maybe just looking to throw a sacrifice out there so they can do a character switch here and respawn with the team. Probably didn't want to stagger, right?
Absolutely.
I can understand that. I can understand that choice. Absolutely good Bastion ult coming in and picks up an elimination, a Bastion on Bastion violence. Forehead kiss also taking down C3 on Roadhog. Leitmotif gonna switch over to the Wrecking Ball, see if we can create a little more havoc, a little more craziness back on this back line. Ginge holding it strong here on D.Va. Nice shots on Trippy. Tried to dash away, not able to make it. Oh man, PJ combining with Cassidy gets the shots on Forehead Kiss. Leitmotif jumping back in. High anxiety takes this one all the way.
Very, very nice plays coming out of anxiety there.
We have a 3v3 right now, round 2. We're going into overtime on this map. Man, that was just chaos, full octane the entire time. There was no downtime between those teams. There was very little regrouping. It was just an onslaught the entire time.
Such good team composition, team cohesion. Like I said, some of these angles, like we've both been talking about, these angles coming out of SOTG are angles that I don't typically see. Being on top of the ship is a play that I don't even think I don't think I've ever gone up against, but it was so oppressive. Top down, you could see the entire field as long as you were right in front of that second doorway.
Yeah, it's one of those things that is a high risk, high reward to be that spread out with different angles. I mean, it's so easy to get dived on when you're alone. And SOTG, you know, taking that risk, and it's been really paying off for them on these big defenses where they're not just sitting on the point and protecting the cart or the objective or whatever it might be. They're not afraid to get out there and make something happen from a different spot.
I just want to say, I don't know if he heard me, but dang it, I love Sigma. Let's go, Timothy.
Oh, hey,
Show me the money, man. Show me the money.
There it is. We got a little Sigma action here finally. Ginge taking a shot right off the gates open, but immediately charging down on Creon, who's able to teleport away on Kiriko. No sweat there, able to get back to safety. And we got PJ on Tracer, bullying Ginge.
Oh my goodness,
the
so
movement
dangerous.
is so good. She's so squishy, but not in the hands of PJ. Man, PJ putting on a lot of damage. That was crazy.
Nice plays. I will say it was a little bit of an overextend. It looks like for the Diva, that Jing pushed up a little bit too far, got pinched on both sides, multiple DPS and one healer on the right.
Forehead Kiss going to swap it up as well. We've seen Forehead Kiss, I think, play tank, DPS, and support now, so both teams comfortable on a multitude of heroes and a multitude of classes. Really fun to watch the changes that they're making here. We'll see if Ana and the Antis can come in and do anything. Oh no, Wrecking Ball is antied in a corner. Leitmotif goes down, kind of trapped himself there. That's a tough spot to be as a ball.
Tough spot to be for anybody, man. That was 4 people shooting at him.
Yeah. Huntsman waiting for the underneath, getting the high ground. Got a nice ult on Bastion. Didn't do a whole lot of damage with it, but still took him out of position for a second. PJ rushing back into the fight here. Trippy on Genji, caught in the middle, gets antied as well. Forehead Kisses antis are doing some damage here, keeping SOTG from being able to heal and therefore not be able to stay in this game very well.
Sigma popping some shots, holding it off, doing what he does. Forehead Kiss unfortunately taken down. Ana, losing Ana is bad. Jing, oh, he does go for the ult. Does he manage to pull it up?
Yeah, he got the remake back. He's back in it. Safe and sound. The ult didn't get anybody, but it saved his life for a second. Immediately demacked. They're not letting him get away that time.
Oh, man.
SOTG looks like they're holding really strong right here. I think this might be it. I mean, High Anxiety has to stay on the cart. It is overtime right now. As soon as they're out, they are done, and that is going to be the it.
What a nail biter.
Man, SOTG put on a good defense there at the very end. High Anxiety, though, able to push it to the first point and pick up a point for their team. So SOTG has to match, or that's going to be the end of them on this map.
C3 starting off again with Wu Yang. Very, very consistent play on coming from him. Trippy does switch back to the Genji. We're going to see how that works. It was paying off during the last match. Creon sticking with the Kiriko. Really, really good shots on those kunai. And then Leitmotif going Ryan. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, we got some fun hero comps, man. They're not afraid to change it up and see what works. They're just constantly adapting to each other. As you love to see the back and forth in Overwatch, man, where the teams are not just set, not one tricks. Right? I feel like all I got was one tricks when I play. It's always one tricks. Hey, man, you want to switch? Absolutely not. Never.
That's my problem every time I try to play solos in this game.
Yeah.
C3 switching to BAP, see if he can get some really, really nice lamps. I think he was the guy who managed to stop either beginning of this match or towards the end of the last one. Several ults just using that lamp, and Immortality Field is so, so good when timed correctly.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
What is that? Ginge up there waving at him as they just rush from the spawn. No, goes down. Tried to have a little fun with it and just got steamrolled. That was unfortunate. Ginge gonna have to get back into the game here. High Anxiety trying to hold the top ground. SMTG not giving them any space to breathe though. They are laying it on thick right now. Wow. And they are just chasing them down one by one. Oh my goodness.
C3's, those shots were crazy going into that Moira. Poor Pepper, man. I've been in that position. Good shot coming from Huntsman. Very impressive, pushing him back. Wow. That was a rough takedown on VelvetPanther.
Yeah, Velvet got trapped alone. The speed boost doesn't do so good if you run into the wall. Not able to get away. Unfortunate for that, but on Lucy will be able to get back pretty quick. And we're right back in the action here as Timothy's going to pop that Ramatra ult. Going to start throwing some punches. And it throws down the disc there, going to jump down into the fray of the fight. Doesn't see the Huntsman. El Diva right next to him goes down.
We got Hilton picking up several eliminations there, actually. And PJ trying to hold an angle. Oh, my goodness, pushing in some Metra, teleporting right into the back line.
Wow.
SOTG takes that first push, and that is going to give them the map, and that is going to give them the tournament.
Whew, man, that was some high octane shenanigans right there. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with PJ here on Junkrat, getting to play the game here. That Kira goal just making everybody go ham, and everybody's trapped. Nowhere to go against those grenades. Man, PJ making the most out of Junkrat in a tunnel there. That is not a hero you want to be locked in a quite tight space with.
No, I don't want to be locked in a tight space with a lot of these folks, but I will say that little corner pocket right around that center corner, people were not having it. If you went in there, the entire team was like, whoa.
They were not afraid to cascade in there and make sure you never left, that's for sure.
I don't think anybody did leave either team. You know, it was just, yeah. So was there any part of that specific gameplay or any part of the tournament that really jumped out at you very, very specifically? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
Man, this was just a fun tournament overall, I think. I think both teams did really, really well. SOTG able to squeak out the wins every single time and able to take the 4 maps that they needed to win the tournament, which was huge. But the adaptation that we saw from High Anxiety, like I mentioned very early on the tournament, on this cast here, we knew that SOTG was really, really good and really, really cohesive. The way that they played in their qualifier to get here, and I wasn't sure how High Anxiety was going to be able to adapt to that. For sure. And they did. And they did put on a good show, able to get some great eliminations, some great ult placement, some good team follow-ups, and a lot of good back and forth. So do I have any one individual moment that I would say was my absolute favorite? I don't think so. I think this whole thing was so much fun to cast.
100%. And I mean, you know, I will say this as well. If you're not following Slevin on Kick, you definitely should be. He's a great guy. Look at the beard. I do it just for that. With that said, I think that we have an absolutely incredible, just both teams. It's been an incredible tournament. So I think that does mean that SOTG does take it. We're going to go into all that in a second here. But I do want to talk a little bit more about just team compositions and how we're, you know, I mean, I would say if there's any particular play that I thought was really, really interesting was a couple of those refill ults at the start.
Yeah.
I did not see Devo was surprisingly not as oppressive ult-wise as she usually is.
Yeah, a lot of the Devo, I mean, I think it's just two hyper-aware teams. You know, they're obviously, we saw a lot of hero switches and a lot of role switches from everybody out there. So everybody played multiple heroes and multiple roles, I think. So that's, I mean, you don't see that a lot, right? And so everybody's hyper-aware. They're very comfortable with heroes. They kind of understand each hero very well. So when that Diva ult goes off, very easy for them to clear out. But still, you can use it as a nice zoning ult, right?
Absolutely.
And so you gain a little bit of ground, push some people out of position perhaps, and then dive on them once the coast is clear. So yeah, Diva wasn't super impressive, but we did see more Diva play here today than we had in the qualifiers leading up to it. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think that, you know, we saw, I will say, I'm so biased. I love seeing the Sigma play at the end. It might not have paid off as well as I would have hoped, but they definitely hard countered him, so it was a struggle for him to be in that situation. I will say I love Sigma. It was good to see him there, and some of those hamster plays were absolutely insane. I mean, honestly, just the entire tournament as a whole was so good. Yeah. With that said, we have reached the end of the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition DreamHack Atlanta Grand Finals, and it is time to crown our victor, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have our victor. I know we've said it a couple times already, but congratulations to SOTG for winning the Dragonblade Arena League Finals. Live at DreamHack from Atlanta. SOTG, congratulations on your victory, and I want to say a big thank you to all of our competitors, guys, across all of our qualifiers for participating in this amazing series. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of, and we thank you guys out for coming out to play. To our viewers, if you missed a portion of this tournament or would like to rewatch a segment, be sure to check out the VOD that will be up on our YouTube channel after DreamHack is over. Make sure to join our Discord, follow us on X, sign up on the KTN website to stay up to date on all future events. Links for everything I just mentioned is down in the panels below in the channel description as well. If you want to participate in one of KTN's tournaments, anyone can sign up, guys. You don't have to be a gamer god. You don't have to have a certain KD or a certain rank. Anybody can sign up, so be sure to check out future tournaments, see if there's one you're interested in, put a team together. We'd love to have you come out and show up. Again, guys, my name is Slevin, and it's been a pleasure casting for you guys this afternoon from DreamHack. Brad, Savage, is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off for this afternoon?
I just want to say, take a moment to say thank you to the KTN team, again, to the Kick staff team, again, and of course, at DreamHack Atlanta, again, for allowing us to host this event. To our esteemed competitors, everyone who is involved in this tournament and previous tournaments and future tournaments, thank you guys for being here, supporting us, and participating. But I also want to say specifically to SOTG and to High Anxiety, thank you guys for such an incredible performance today. You guys did amazing. You all showcased some incredible skill and strategy throughout the tournament, making it a really, really just thrilling experience for everyone involved, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a special thanks to SOTG again for their winning gameplay this afternoon. You all played so well, and we hope to see you compete again in upcoming events. Like Slevin mentioned, to anyone interested in competing in future events for KTN or anything like that, or leagues, head over to our website at kicktournamentnetwork.com. Again, anyone of any skill level can compete in these tournaments. We can't stress that enough. We would love to have you play no matter how good or, at the game you are. You don't have to be a god. To our community members who support us with donations and subscriptions, we appreciate your support. And thank you for making these community tournaments possible. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to put these on. And thank you for choosing KTN. To anyone here today who would like to meet the KTN staff team, myself, or Slevin, be sure to head over to the Kick booth here at DreamHack. You can see it underneath the Kick banner here. And then look for the white hoodie with the KTNK on the back. Yeah, all right, so we're going to have, I believe, OldPeeps is going to come over and say something. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
How you doing?
How's everybody doing?
Great. We had a great cast, man. It was so much fun.
Who won?
We had
SOTG.
SOTG.
SOTG,
Yes, sir.
congratulations, guys. I've been following from behind the scenes, and I think you guys did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Everything's been awesome. Great job.
Appreciate it.
Great job bringing it out of Soup's house into the IRL like this. Pretty freaking awesome.
We've had a lot of
100%.
great support here from Kick staff and DreamHack staff, so it's been awesome to get all this set up and running. So, yeah, it's been huge.
Say hi to everybody. Bye.
And then,
I think we may have a. All right, I think we also have a team captain coming in here for a quick little interview as well. You care to introduce yourself and who are you team captaining for?
Hi, my name is VelvetPanther.
You got to speak into the mic here.
Hi, my name is VelvetPanther. I was team captain for High Anxiety. That
You
was
guys did
so
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Did you have a favorite play or anything? What do you think about how the tournament
I'll
went?
be honest, Tracer, whoever that was.
so impressive.
Respect. He really kind of made me shed a tear on live, I'm not going to lie. But their team, awesome. We played against them before. They've been nothing but so sweet and respectful for us. So it was honestly so much fun and an honor to play against them.
Good. You had fun?
I had so much fun.
That's what we're
Thanks
going
for coming
for.
out
Thank you
and
for
playing.
playing.
Thank you.
It was so much fun to cast. That was great.
All right, so anyways, again, to anyone watching, anyone and everyone, my name is Rad Savage. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's a pleasure to be here at DreamHack Atlanta, and we hope to see you guys all at our next event. Thank you for tuning into KTN, and have an absolutely amazing afternoon.